Why is Overwatch 2 losing to Marvel Rivals? Now, I understand that Marvel Rivals is a new game, and all the shiny new things always have huge peaks on release, and then time only tells us if it actually will last, if it will actually be the new hit game. But so far, Overwatch 2 was never really in a good standing. Overwatch early days, absolutely very hit game. But as time went on, and then with the introduction of Overwatch 2, is it really up to fight Marvel Rivals right now? Marvel Rivals seems to be steamrolling through the current competitive or this style of gameplay. And I don't think it's just because it's new and shiny. I have 3 guesses of why I think it's doing better than Overwatch 2 and why it's probably going to outlast Overwatch 2, especially throughout 2025. Overwatch 2 might just die because of Marvel Rivals specifically. But please let me know what you think. Please let me know, because I'm not a big Overwatch person. I tried to play way back in 2017, 2018, and I just didn't really like Overwatch. There's just a few things that really grinded my gears about it. I just didn't like the gameplay. I was more of a League of Legends person, but this isn't a video about what I didn't like about Overwatch. What I want to know is, do you guys agree with me on the 3 things that I think Marvel Rivals is doing better than Overwatch? The first thing I think is complete nostalgia, right? And I think everyone's going to be like, yeah, that's pretty fair, right? Because every single character here was in a movie or a TV show or is just someone's childhood for years, right? From comics to TV shows to the whole MC universe. You look at these characters, you've watched them, you've played them, you've done all... You grew up with them, specifically Spider-Man, Iron Man, and some of them are just cool, like Jeff, right? But then when you look at Overwatch, these are all brand new and unique characters. So I would think, outside perspective, the new thing would be more exciting from a trusted source of Blizzard. Trusted source as in they've had other good works with World of Warcraft. But I think the nostalgia and just the fan in a lot of players are just so excited to play Spider-Man, Venom, Winter Soldier, Wolverine, Punisher. Like, just playing the character themselves that spent, their whole lives they've been around and they've been watching them. Now they get to actually play them, and they're done really well in a really good art style. I think that's what's kicking Overwatch 2 in the face to start off this whole conversation, is that, yeah, these are cool, unique characters. They look very nice, but when you see something done in a good way and in a gameplay style that I think people are going to convert to this because it's not gimmicky. It's not done poorly. This seems like a legit competitor. So with that being said, here's the second thing that I think is beating Overwatch 2 is team-ups. Team-ups was a unique idea that I never even thought about, but it makes complete sense. Like, depending on what ally you have on the battlefield, you can do some cool stuff. And so the fact that Overwatch 2 doesn't have this, Overwatch is more of a base game, right? Like, you play the hero, you have your stuff, you're trying to work with your team. Marvel Rivals is bringing this meta idea into that, is if you're picking Venom, I'm picking Penny or Spider-Man to get a extra boost. And shoot, there's team ups like Hulk, Iron Man, where you're just boosting his attack even more, or even Adam Warlock, giving extra revival to your healer and main DPS. This is such a crazy combo when you think about it. Right, you're really enabling your other teammates just by picking a character, something that Overwatch 2 just doesn't have. So, what does Overwatch 2 have that Marvel Rivals doesn't? And that's where it's really tough for me to really consider, because they went in and they made characters, and Marvel Rivals had the ability, and this is the third reason, is they redesigned Overwatch. They took everything that Overwatch did, every little gripe that maybe they didn't like about, and they went in and said, okay, let's make a new game out of that, and just said, oh, well, what's a little bit different, right? And an example of this is taking characters from Overwatch 2 and reworking them and putting them into your own game, right? Because, for example, Widowmaker and Black Widow, right? They took all the bad out of that character and gave it to Black Widow, right? They said, oh, how can we make this character more fun for everybody? And in my opinion, giving Black Widow clear melee attacks along with some mobility just makes the character itself a little bit better, but then you can nerf her actually sniping ability, right? Hawkeye's hold power up for his bow. That's just a clear improvement to what Hanzo was. And so I think that's the third reason that Marvel Rivals is beating Overwatch 2, especially when you compare them, is because not only do they have nostalgia going for them, not only do they have this cool new mechanic that just makes sense with team-ups, but I think the third one's the real kicker. They said, what do your champions or what do your heroes not do well? What's the problem with your heroes, and why can't you not change them? Well, if you can't change them, then we'll just make our own characters and improve upon them and make our own kind of style with it. Because at the end of the day, the version 1 never really lasts that long. And when they went out and did Overwatch 2, how much did they actually change the game? Right? No, they just added to it. They put a new cosmetic spin on it. Marvel Rivals is definitely version 2.0, and it really shows when you look at it directly. And it shows even more when you compare Hanzo and Hawkeye, Black Widow and Widowmaker, right? When you put these characters that are so similar next to each other, it just shows that Marvel Rivals has an edge. But that's just what I'm seeing from someone who never really liked Overwatch, and I'm vibing with Marvel Rivals. So I'm curious what you guys have to say. Like, how far off am I? Am I just not seeing it? Am I mistaken? Do I need to look more into Overwatch? Or did you kind of agree with what I've been seeing? Let me know in the comment section below. Peace.